see, bud. I want you to just kind of read over this exemplar example. And I'm going to read yours, and we'll make some comparisons, all right? All right, so Joseph, seeing an exemplar example and then seeing what you wrote here, where would you rank yourself on the rubric?
So this is a master's goal?
That would be an example of a master's, yes.
I'd say maybe about still in like a meats maybe.
Okay, tell me why.
Because I think I like how I got right there, what I have right here, and in the second sentence, it's a quote from the paragraphs,
Okay.
which is about how he is in a mission to in-depth film and interview a World War II combat veteran every day. And I like the final one, the final sentence, the connection, because my grandpa's dad was in World War II, and basically he died before I was able to talk to him or anything about that. So I didn't.
All right, let's look at your response then, okay? Go ahead. Here's a question. Why is Sharma willing to sacrifice, and you did put risk, which is good, that's a synonym, his own life to meet and interview, talk to the veterans, people who served? Okay, so you basically have interpreted your question, which you have a good understanding for. I want you to read your answer now.
Shima is willing to sacrifice his own life so the memories of the veterans are not forgotten and to make them feel like their sacrifices were very helpful.
Okay, so that's a very, very extensive answer, and it's got a lot of detail to show that you're understanding what they're asking you. Let's go ahead and go to the next sentence.
Shima also said, I'm on a mission to in-depth film interview a World War II combat veteran every day.
Okay, so that's what you got from the story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the next one.
Finally, my grandpa's dad was a veteran, and he died before I could talk to him and hear his stories of the sacrifices he made. So I can understand why Shima is dedicating his life to finding and hearing World War II vet stories.
Okay, so it sounds like you really showed some support to your answers. The sentences are full.
Hold on.
What did you know? Okay. So what could you have done differently right here?
I just noticed that I forgot to put the little thing right there.
Well, apostrophe S? Okay. Could we have spelt the word veterans out? Would that sound more formal? Okay, that's just a word choice, not a problem here. Let's go back and look at your quote. That's the first sentence was beautiful. It looks like you definitely answered and you supported your answer. The text evidence part, it's right here. It says, Sharma also said, okay, you did quote, I'm on a mission to in-depth film interview a World War II combat veteran every day. Okay. Since your answer right here is very strong, I can see that backing up here with where you found in the story. So Joseph, let's take a look here. I would say the first sentence, it's a little long, but it's very well written. Sharma is willing to sacrifice his own life to the memories of the veterans are not forgotten and to make them feel like their sacrifices were very helpful. That's a beautiful sentence. So I'm not going to change that. In fact, I just like the way it's written out. So looking at that, did you answer the sentence? Yes. Did you use complete sentence? Yes. Did you show some text evidence? Yes. You have a definitely great life connection there. Are there any areas that we could go through and maybe improve your vocabulary? Did you see any opportunities where we could have taken a word and made it even stronger?
Mm.
What about this word memory? Let's look at the dictionary. Let's look at the word memory in the dictionary. See if we can find maybe a substitute synonym.
Recollection.
Ooh, what would I have done to that word right there? Let's try to read this with that recollection. Let's see what happens.
Shunda is willing to sacrifice his own life so the recollection of the veterans are not forgotten.
Why don't you write that right above memories here? So that'd be a good way to remember that for next time of what you did. What did that do to that sentence?
Make it more interesting or something.
Okay. So that right there would have definitely brought up here. So I'm definitely going to put you at this level right here. What I want you to do is tell me about 3 things that we figured out right now that could have improved your paper, or maybe for next time you do something like this, you know what you can try.
So 3 things.
Yeah, let's just think. You can talk out loud if you need to first. What's one thing you could do differently? What did we just do right now?
And improve the vocabulary.
There you go. Okay, that's good. You just put a period after that. What's another thing you could do?
Could shorten the first sentence.
Okay. Although I like that sentence. If you're confident, your sentence sounds good, it's fine. But, I mean, you could consider, you could write that down as consider the length of sentences, right? But I really like the way that sentence came out. Okay. And the only thing I would speak, Joseph, too, is there's a lot of spelling concerns. I could read your write and I understand what you're trying to say, but could you make sure that you could check over spelling first? And what could you use to check your spelling?
Dictionary.
Okay. I would definitely recommend checking for spelling, okay? But the message you were trying to write is very clear, and I did understand what you're trying to say. good. Any questions? All right, then I'm good with that. Okay, you can go back and return to what you're doing here. Okay, thank you. All right, thanks for talking with me. Allison, are you ready to see me?